America, they sell 800 milligrams of ibuprofen. Nigeria only sells 400. They don't have 600 or 800 in Nigeria, but in America, there's 800. The maximum dose of ibuprofen is 2,400 milligrams per day. 800 times 3, 2,400 milligrams. If somebody has arthritis and we give them a prescription for 800, how often should they take it? You will take 2,400 divided by 800, that's 3 times a day. So, how many hours in a day? 24 hours. This is the reason why you can't use calculators in board of pharmacy exam. You must be able to calculate it those right off your head, or else you fail the exam. There's 24 hours in a day. You have 3 tablets, 8 hours. Every 8 hours, 1 tablet every 8 hours. That first one you took at 7 a.m., for 8 hours, 15. After 3 o'clock, you should have left. Half of it should have left your body. That's what they call the half-life of a drug. If Mohbad was given all these drugs, injections, procaine, penicillin G, the day after the concert, when they kept him in the house, all this stuff should have gone in 7 days. Host, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where did they find diphenhydramine from? Where did they find paracetamol from? Did you see paracetamol in that autopsy, in that toxicology test? That toxicology test was fake. The reporter that went to America, he didn't travel. The reporter did not travel. He just made calls that investigated that. They said there was nothing brought to them. I called that reporter. I said, "Are you sure?" I said, "I knew they didn't send anything there." But then there's HIPAA. Okay? UK doesn't have HIPAA. America has HIPAA. HIPAA. 1993, President Clinton Law, Privacy in Health Portability and Privacy Act. Before, when you call a hospital, "Hello, Johns Hopkins Hospital, can I help you? Operator, please, I need room 546. They press the thing, they transfer you. You can't do it again.
Not anymore. I lived in America for 12 years. I know that. Not anymore.
So you know the days when we used to say, I don't know the room my sister is. Her name is Kemi Oluloyo. She just had a baby. And they look it up and,
Yeah.
They don't do it anymore. So with HIPAA, I told the reporter, I said, "Do you know what HIPAA is?" The reporter didn't know. And I said, "Okay, maybe that's why they're telling you nothing came by, because you used identifying factors." You know what I mean? The Punch reporter asked Ileri Oluwa Aloba, and they cannot give you information. If indeed one came. I had a problem with the letterhead of NMS Labs, the letterhead. Was it photocopied? Was it fake? I had a problem with everything on there. They only showed 2 drugs. I had a problem with diphenhydramine injection, still in his system with regards to half-life. We have studied that. I've sent it to many pharmacists in America. Diphenhydramine injection should not be in a body that's underneath the ground. Diphenhydramine injection, 50 milligrams, should not be showing in a body that's been underneath the ground. Sand, ants, everything in 7 days. Then the paracetamol showed, the ceftriaxone, the procaine, the tetanus, of all drugs, tetanus, none of them showed. So no one's going to tell me that's a real toxicology test. Second question. Do we not have toxicology labs in Nigeria? Host, do we not have toxicology labs in Nigeria?
We sure do.
Every hospital has a toxicology lab. UCH, Unilag, everyone. Because there are patients who they have to test. Mm-hmm. And then we have the NDLEA. I discussed it with the NDLEA rehab centers. We have people who come into the NDLEA rehab centers and say, "Please, I'm on tramadol. I want to get off. They told me it would be 3 million at the private place. I came here because it's free." The first thing we do with these patients is, when we admit them, we have to do a toxicology test. Mm-hmm. They might say tramadol to us. Then we do the toxicology test. We'll find other drugs there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So why did Mohbad toxicology? It was a distraction. They know Nigerians. That's what Showore says. When they see you are stupid, they like to keep you stupid. That's Showore's thing. And that's why Showore has been fighting for us for so long. And it was a distraction. So now we have Nigerians who went to NMS lab. Did you see them protesting?
Mm-hmm.
They were protesting and they were standing there, and I said, forget it. These guys have HIPAA. They have HIPAA protecting them. I said, okay, next time when you go and protest, take a journalist with you. I told them to take Channel 6 Action News with them. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. Take a journalist with you. And what you will do, I've taught the guy, I've taught him what to do. Because television station won't follow you unless it has an impact on their viewers. You just tell them all the Nigerians are in Philadelphia, all the Nigerians in Maryland, wherever you go. So at the end of the day, that is the situation with the, what's it called? The London ones too are fighting over Liam and this and that. It's not important anymore. The only reason where Liam is important is because Mohbad's assets have passed. It's way past 1 billion now. The music assets is like almost 1.5 billion. I'm looking at maybe $300,000-$400,000 in streams, and that money is sitting in the bank at Malian Music and the other music label, Immolenization. Sheyi has put a no pay, how do they call it in Nigeria? No stop bill, pay no bills or something?
Like a freeze? There's a freeze?
Yeah, it's a freeze. We call it a freeze. Post no bill. That's it. They call it PNB. Post no bill. It's like a freeze. So all the streams in his label, I went to get the CAC documents, and I was the one that posted it and blackened out Sheyi's information. Mohbad is the sole signatory and Sheyi. And at one point, they were bullying Sheyi, saying she's stealing Mohbad's money and things like that. But she's the second signatory, and I blocked some parts out because her home address was showing her phone number. I didn't want anyone seeing that. But I gave a copy to the dad. I sent it to the PA because they need to know all these things. You have to explain it to them.
Madam Kemi, I want to share a special number with you. You know the lady that do paternity court in the USA, right?
I don't know anybody.
Everyone's auntie. You know the lady that do paternity court.
Yeah, the judge.
in the
Yeah.
USA? I was grateful.
Is that a show?
I knew her.
No. It's a show, but she's
real.
actually a paternity lawyer. I want to share her number with.
I don't call anybody. I'm retired. Sorry,
Yes.
I don't call anybody. I'm retired. I'm no longer a journalist. 30 years is enough.
Okay, everyone's auntie.
Share it with other journalists.
Yeah, everyone's auntie. I'm sure that I can give you that number, and then you can reach out to that woman. You can also
You
bring
don't
her.
understand
to the
what's
platform.
going on. Are you following me on Facebook?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see what I wrote to my fans? That after the 7th of August, my birthday is
Yes,
the
you
6th.
said you are out. Yeah.
I'm closing all pages. I've sold my
Yeah.
business. I've sold Kemi Talks. I've sold
Welcome to the
everything.
6th floor, Dr. Kemi. Welcome to the
Exactly.
6th floor.
I don't want anything. I don't want anybody, any talk, any nothing. It's
But
like me, myself, and God.
Dr. Kemi, I want you to know that Africa needs you. It's not just Nigeria.
Nobody needs me. I was there for 11 years. I was
Yeah,
there
but
for
no.
11 years.
It doesn't mean that you have to
When-
be a. It doesn't
When
mean that you
Davido
have
was
to be a
abusing me, you were
journalist
cheering
anymore.
him up. When they were
cannot
leaking my
laugh at
number,
this.
everybody
Hey.
was cheering them up. No Africa needs me. I'm sorry. I'm gone.
Ma, you don't have to be a journalist anymore.
Hello.
You can actually.
Let me just wrap up. Let me just wrap up what I wanted to say. Host and everybody.
Yeah, Mr. Goresi.
Let me just wrap up so that I don't lose my train of thought. I do lose that now because I'm getting older. What I just want to say is
Nobody
the
remains in
video
me.
on my page. Host, please go and look at that video on my page. The video on my page basically summarizes everything. Okay, Wumi attacked her husband, her common law husband, in a fit of rage. And that's what happened. And instead of them, giving her manslaughter charges, they're letting her get away with it because of some very powerful figures. And it's like when Tagbo died, okay, Demola Adeleke was a senator and he called the Oba of Lagos, okay, Akiolu, and Akiolu calls Imohini, CP Imohini, Edgar. I was in his office when Akiolu called and said, don't mess with our son Davido. And remember, Imohini had another press conference saying Davido even lied to them. There's a lot going on, and it has to do with power and power struggle. One phone call, people can get away. The reason why I brought the DNA up was because immediately after Mohbad died, as they were carrying his casket to the graveyard, I don't know if you guys noticed it, they said they were fighting at the graveside over property on that very day. the family were fighting over property. So a woman came out and said she just had a baby from Mohbad that day, and that Mohbad impregnated her.
The seconds confirmed they quarreled inside that or at that graveside that day. Yes, that Adura and Wumi was having a fight.
Right. They were fighting over property, so I heard. So now, after doing my interviews with the 3 eyewitnesses telling me they were arguing over the paternity of the son, I now brought the paternity out. Then I got another message that while Wumi was pregnant, her pregnancy was questionable and they took a sample to Dubai. While we're taking samples out of the country to Dubai. That Dubai part, you have to understand it. I want to say it now because some people think it's all a joke. Was a sample of, just to let people know, you can take DNA from a pregnant woman before the baby is born in utero. And they said all the Malians in the Malian house slept with Wumi and they had to do a DNA test for her. And they said they took the sample to Dubai. Who is the father? Then they said it was Sam Larry. I pictured Sam Larry and this baby. Everybody has a resemblance. When I wrote that, did you see what Sam Larry said? He replied me. Okay, he replied me cryptically. You know when you reply somebody, you didn't mention their names. He said on the IG story, Auntie, I'm not the father of Liam. Oh, I have my own wife and my children. Everybody saw it. All the bloggers carry it. Sam Larry replies, Kemi Oluloyo. Then who is the father of Liam? Why is Liam so important in this case? Liam is the only, if he's Mohbad's child, is the only person that can lay claim for 1.5 billion. And Liam is not going to be spending 1.5 billion. It's the mother that's going to be squandering the money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So now Naira Marley holds on to the money in a trust in Malian music. Have you seen Naira Marley's daughters? Those 2 girls, the twins. You see their British accent when they were yapping Davido's daughter?
Yeah.
My dad has more money than your dad. And I could see their future now. I put 30 years more on those girls, 35. They'll be owning that Malian music and they'll have to deal with Liam. You said what? Your father has music catalogs here? Oh no. You know, we might not be here. Liam is going to have to deal with those ones. So if she likes, she should do DNA now. If she likes, don't do it.
He go choke.
Because she will pay for probate lawyers, tire. That's the only way she can get to the money. Probate lawyers. You know? I'm telling you. And they think that probate is very cheap. Probate is not cheap. Probate lawyers are very expensive. So now, why is she not doing the DNA test? I came up with some other theories of telegony. Did you see my write-up on telegony?
No, not yet.
Oh, I did it. I did a whole post about it. People read about it. People learned about it for the first time.
Talked about the telegony child and everybody carries it. Some people don't know what is telegony child. They started blogging her. Everybody's just talking that the boy is telegony child and other stuff. So the video is everywhere now. Everyone's auntie.
I'll go check it out.
Sugar Blaze, is that you?
Yes, ma.
Sugar Blaze, do you see how I explain telegony? It's very easy.
Yes.
Just tell them to search it on Wikipedia. Telegony is when a woman has many sexual partners. She now gets pregnant. The actual sexual partner, who is supposed to be the father of the baby, is not the father because the baby is now looking like one of the previous sexual partners. In other words, Liam may be looking like Mohbad, but the DNA is for someone else that had sex with Wumi. Telegony is a very, very dangerous phenomenon, but it exists.
Mama, somebody came out and did video that when she checked the search of telegony.
Did you know about it before I talked about it?
No, we don't know that. Somebody said when they check the search for telegony child, they feel ashamed for Wumi.
Yeah, because everybody has carried my video. Everybody has carried my video. Did you see what she did to one picture of Liam? She actually used AI to manipulate it with Mohbad's picture. So the child looks so much like Mohbad. So the whole point of it now is DNA. Now, let me ask you about the father. Baba Mohbad wants to know whether he has a grandchild. You see my point? He's not so much after the money.
No.
Okay. Joseph Aloba, I've studied him very well. That's why I'm not close to all of them. I'm studying all of them from afar. I've studied him very well. Who has the iPhone? They said Boss said they took the iPhone. When Mohbad died, the mother had the iPhone. Why did she take that iPhone? Did she know the iCloud is in there? But they said Wunmi went to her house and stole it. And now the iPhone is somewhere between Wunmi and who knows. But she was the last seen with that iPhone. Because when they did find my iPhone, they tracked it to the mother's house. And then Wunmi took it. Now, they can keep it all they want. Police has to go to Apple. They're not doing it.
That's right.
So where are we right now? Father wants to know, am I the grandfather? But then there's still that money on both sides. Sheyi can't touch the money. Okay, she can't touch the money on this side. Malia Music can't touch the money on that side, especially the money in Malia Music must be almost $400,000 now. 1.5, 2.5. It's a lot of money. You know, do you know Meek Mill, American rapper Meek Mill, and Little Durk?
Yeah.
And Little Durk just got a Grammy too. When Mohbad died, those ones just did their own clouds, you know? Like, let me just say this. If Mohbad died now, and Justin Bieber put RIP Mole, do you know what's going to happen? It will go viral. Everybody that's Justin Bieber fan, they will go search for Imole. And that's what happened on the 14th and the 15th of September. All the Little Durk and all the Meek Mill fans, you can just type it, Imole music, Mohbad music. It was like, those are the people that gave him the streams, the Americans, and they loved what they heard, and they promoted Afrobeat. Mohbad became #1 on some lists, and guess what? You know the sad part of all this? The sad part of all this is that Nigerians and hating. Stop inheriting enemies. Some people hate Kemi Oluloyo, so I hate her too. You know what I mean? Some people hate this, I hate her too. If you had not done what you did to Naira Marley, you know what they did to Naira Marley? They cancelled him, they cursed him out. There was only 48 hours left for the Grammy submissions. Did you know that? Grammy submissions ended on the 15th of September. Mohbad died on the 12th. Between the 12th and the 15th, Mohbad had the numbers for a Grammy nomination. But Nigerians had fucked up. Excuse my language. Nigerians had effed up. And if it was like, and you know, they actually parted on a good note. He gave him the 300 and something million. Mohbad bought a house. He was on his way to buy a 45 million naira car. We saw him in the dealership. They left on a good note. And if Nigerians hadn't treated Naira Marley that way, Naira Marley could have just entered online and entered that entry for him. And Mohbad would have possibly won a Grammy. You know what I mean? Won a Grammy or got a nomination. But Nigerians messed it all up. Anyway,
I was thinking, right? Like, you know the way that now we are now having Jordan sneakers.
Madina, we see you. God bless you so Madina.
We are having Jordan 23, right? So, you know, Mohbad died at the age of 26. And I was saying that if Wunmi only had the idea and the vision, like if she was seeing further, like, you know, that there could be a sneakers created for Mohbad, Mo 26. Mo 26. Everybody could be wearing that brand in Africa. But she's not seeing the future, and her mind is just belittled to the ground, that she's just following everybody, that anybody say, hey, who is Baba? Who is this? They say you should do DNA. Don't do this. If she can just do that DNA.
I understand what you mean. I understand. I understand your idea. Let me just say this quickly. Anything that has to do with money, branding, and all that, let's put it aside for now. What is important right now is who killed Mohbad. That's the main thing.
Exactly. That's where I want to drive a question.
Very, very wrong.
Hello,
and one of them is
hello,
your husband's autopsy came out and a toxicology test, and you said nothing to the media. You did not speak about it. You did not post about it. Nothing.
Hello, ma'am.
Mohbad's mom did not. Let me finish. Mohbad's mom.